The summer nearly done. Less warmth now in the sun. The leaves are turning red and gold. Ancient stories to be told. Won't you just believe in me? Fantastic, here's autumn call. Embrace the fall. Sending love to one and all. Embrace the fall. Coffee beans raining down. Fantastic, plenty thrills to go.
Sorry, it was on mute. There's always something in there. Right, just say hello to everybody coming in. Go through everything that I'm going to be going through in this live. Big live next week, next Saturday. We're making a lot more in-depth announcements, but I'm going to go through the basics today. So, just sip a coffee. Trying to get to the top of the chat. Top of the chat. Start with Crypt. That's 142. Don't think anybody's here. Hey Crypt, how we doing, sweetness? John Boy, you legend. My mate John Boy. I hope that little collab with Mike happens. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. Good for you for asking. I'm sure it'll help him out. If you're unaware with Real Evidence, he's on his own now. So he's not managing to get out as much investigations. Pinky! Shared Pinky's link. I was already sharing it. It wasn't because she gave me a super chat. Because my laptop sucks, there's no point in me trying to play it on the live stream, but I'll put Pinky's link on the chat. I'll get the mods to do it again later. She's put an awesome community song out. Absolutely awesome. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So please go over and show some love. The Ravens live at 4 a.m. I can't remember what time I flaked out. I think it was about 2. But when I got up this morning, she'd only been stopped streaming for an hour, I think. Streamed 1 hour ago, I think it said. Blimmin' heck. Because we can DM me on Discord. Yeah, Crypt, I think I need to DM you anyway. Was it you that sent me the link yesterday? I need to DM you. So I will. If you don't hear from me, send me another DM just to nudge me. Happy fall autumn to you all in the Northern Hemisphere. It's happy spring for the Kiwis and Aussies in Southern atmosphere. So my two favourite seasons are spring and autumn. My absolute favourite season is autumn. I absolutely love it. So I've broken out an autumn song, gearing up for, well, not just the magazines, but for Halloween. Personally, I'm not so bothered about Christmas, but it's fun for the channel, and I'll be making an announcement about the Christmas event that Phil and I are doing. I'm just not going into full detail, but I will give you a little bit of a teaser. Pam, hello. How are we doing? So Pinky, Carla Sweetness, hope you're okay as well. Yeah, the live yesterday was literally laptop going all over the place. I was having to test it before today. I literally hit the live button, didn't even put a notification out. Might be in 5 minutes. Carla, good morning to you too. How you doing? I think I need catch up on you. I think sleeping too much, way too much. It's going to be exciting. Yeah, I'll go through it more, but with a year and, well, January I started the channel. A lot of this was planned right at the beginning. A year of illness, hospital end of last year. I am finally in a position to put everything I've been wanting to do for so long into practice. Mike it's in the house. Hey Mike, how you doing? Legend that he is. I said hello to Pam. I can't remember who I said hello to because I'm waffling. Lionheart, I know I haven't said hello to you. Hello. Coffee on point this morning, if I may say so. I've just poured myself one. You're a legend, Pinky, and like I say, we'll put Pinky's link in again later, please. I loved that. I genuinely loved that community song, and I also loved the music to it because I kind of like that fantasy, heroic music with it. But go and listen to the words and look at the beautiful artwork. Sandra, I said hello to Caroline. I know I have it in chat. Sorry, I'll start with Caroline. Caroline, I hope you're feeling better, darling. I hope you're looking after yourself. And I'm pleased that you actually took time to try and get it sorted, but I hope you're okay. Where's my background gone? There we go. Sandra, hope you're doing okay as well. Whoop whoop, toot toot. Hope hubby's on the mend. Much love to both you and Caroline. Coffee morning with Sarah. I look forward to it on a Saturday. Do you know something? Because with not working, I'm self-employed. I find it difficult not being in a routine. I'm not bothered about every single day, but that's what I have to do. I have to force myself to get back into a routine that I haven't had in so long. I'm sure I'd start feeling better. Anyway. Sandra Banana Hammock Peachy, woohoo! Crow the chat. Already crowing the chat. 27 people, and goodness me. Sherry Ann, hello, darling. How are you? Pirates. I love me pirates. I love me pirates. Love me pirates. I'm a massive fan of the pirate movies. I love the aesthetic. I love the history. Everything about pirates. At some point, I don't know if it'll be in this one. I'm trying to remember if I've put it down for this one. I have got a pirates research done for an article. Cat, don't argue with Cat. Make sure to hit the like button because I never say it. Because I just can't bring myself to hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment. I can do it as a mod. Crow the chat. Loving this song. Thank you. I know it's a bit long because it's just over 4 minutes, but I burned so many credits putting that together because it was just never right. And I don't know how well you can hear it on the screen, but when you're listening to it through the headphones, the drumming on that one, the drum beat, it's just so boom and heavy. I was thought about having that one, even though it's just over 4 minutes. Absolutely hearts for the mods. And for Caroline. Absolutely. I know everybody says this. Carla will attest, we all say it, but I have amazing mods. We don't get trouble in this chat very often, but half the time I don't even know it's happened because they've just sapped. And I don't know. There's Mike's been a mod for a long time for different channels, so he really knows how to sort of handle situations. And I've seen Caroline handle some just amazingly handle awkward situations, and she does it so calmly and so under the radar. I don't thank either any of my mods enough, but Caroline's awesome for that, and Mike does it quietly as well. My favourite photo. I've got little Peachy Penguin next to me. Little Peachy Penguin is next to me, making sure I'm all right, and I've got hot coffee. I'll be good, no dad jokes. You can do as many dad jokes as you like. Hope you like a planking though. The animation's really... I'm getting there, Carla. I'm starting to learn what pictures to put in. I'm not there yet. But if you want a bit of advice on that one, because I'm learning that if you put an action word in, so if you say somebody's walking or playing guitar or actually doing something where it generates movement when you do the animation, it's actually better for generating movement. I'm learning where to get the movement from. I think I've also finally sussed out how to animate artwork, because it doesn't like non-realistic, it doesn't like illustrations very much, but I think I might have sussed out because I've got a secret project that needs artwork animating. So hoping it's going to work now. I'm so damn happy now I'm here. Thank you for your support. Yeah, we've been giving you love and support all week, Sandra, in different lives. Rotten week for you, and I'm just hoping everything's on the up. Speaking of amazing people, because I'm not going to leave Debbie out. Debbie works so hard behind the scenes. I mean, and not just for me, so hard behind the scenes. And again, mod that, like Caroline, like Mike, Debbie especially. She, because she admins on the Children of the Crow. She's admins for me. She mods for various people, and she's there, and she's doing it. But she doesn't make any hoops and whistles about it. She's amazing. I swear Sarah's best interest. Yeah, I did that one last night actually. I really wanted September to have a new intro. Thank you, Cree. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Love having Cree in the chat. So I know I'm probably behind the chat. I'm waffling already, guys. I'm sorry. We've been getting so excited from the song. Yeah. Steve's asleep, full of pain relief. Is slowly on the mend physically. I know. I mean, I've never, touch wood, I've never had it. But from people I know who have, cracked ribs are supposed to just, one, let alone several. So hopefully he's managing to get rest while he recovers. No, I can never remember. Is it Mike it's just Mike left. Mike's John Boyle. Correct me if I've got the name wrong. He just didn't want to do it anymore. And the problem with Mike being the only one left is they did a lot of abandons, and I really don't blame him. He's not daft. The thought of going to abandons on his own all the time. So he's doing he actually did a really good premiere last night reacting to Ghost Club. So he's doing some debunking. He's still investigating, but he just can't go out as much with being on his own. Cree, do you know who's live? I'm getting errors in all the time. Is Ravens. It's random, and it was somebody else's this week. And then I can go in. Raven could go live today, and I could go in there and have no trouble. It's really annoying, especially when you've written a long message. Autumn, it's hot today. Shorts weather. Yeah, I'm just wishful thinking on my part. Actually, it's nice and fresh here. Sort of overcast, and it is bright, but it's overcast and windy and lovely. I'm just hoping the next batch of hot weather that they keep threatening with us doesn't get this far north. Good for Steve to be down to heal. Yeah. Healing. YouTube is really pushing my nerves. I've not had enough coffee. Oh no! Is it you that calls it the anti-kill juice? Good word for it. I'm actually enjoying autumn. Well, it's better. For you, if you're going out walking, and hopefully, well, I don't know. I was going to say you'll have a few less tourists around, but you got the illuminations, haven't you? So I don't think you quite get the relief we get. Computer says no. I love Little Britain. Anne Wilkinson, how are you doing? Good to see you. Just get to the bottom of the chat, and then I'll put the information up for dates and things. The more coffee you drink, the more better your memory will be. Not perfect, just better. At least for me, that's how it works. That's a good excuse. I need to have a coffee so I can keep my memory active. It's medicinal. I'd rather have a bad memory coffee, but can I apologise on behalf of Debbie? That's what I haven't seen of Carla's. Carla had a so it is on my watch list, Carla, if you're still here. Myrna Loy video out. I think she put it out on Thursday night, but it was the middle of the night for me. I'm off work for a few weeks so down time I have started working on. Oh, awesome! Oh, I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that. I'll tell you what I'll do is next week in the big live, I'll do I'll make sure that's photographed. If I can get it, if I can get the right tone of photograph, actually, I'll put it in the yearbook. I'm good. Kitty's on my laps. Oh, I really want a cat. Actually, I'd like a couple, but my Halloween costume is almost complete, ready for an awesome night out with my friends. That's why my target for getting the new computer is the middle of October, because I really want to go on camera for Halloween. I know I've got the outfit, so it's just me head and top, but I know what I'm doing. Oh, hang on, chat just skipped on me. Hearts for the mods, absolutely. I banned a lot of people. Mike zaps. And the other thing Mike does is he'll just tell people not to be tossers. Yeah. I zap as well. We're blessed to have these. We are very lucky to have these mods. Warm hearts to PT Penguin. Yes, PT Penguin's right next to me. Zombies. Yes, I actually put the intro in Patreon so they could get a sneak peek. But it's a full deep dive into them, so should be out early next week if I can get the bloody laptop to behave. It would be out sooner, but yeah, it is in the works. Lurky Turkey Mariah in the house. My fellow mods are exceptionally good, hands down, absolutely. And Mike means that. He wouldn't say anything he didn't mean. Oh, sneaky peek. The Segs Grimmy Pa on Discord. That'll look awesome. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the chat, guys. I really am. The mods are wonderful at looking after things as well as making everybody feel welcome, potters. But yeah, I have. You may have noticed with my chat, we don't put massive amounts of links in, and it's because a lot of people ignore them, and it just clogs up the chat. It's not us being mean. It's not me being mean. But I would rather be very pointed about, like I've already put Pinky's in the chat, and I'll say why you should go to Pinky. At some point, John Boy's chat. I never used to understand why Beardo did it. I know before I actually had a paranormal channel and did lives, I didn't understand why Beardo didn't put links in his chat. And I always thought it was a bit mean. And he used to sit there saying, I need to have seen the channel so I can endorse it. I'm completely behind that now. So, because if they're just random links, they don't get hit anyway. You're more likely to be able to help the channel out by talking about it. I coughed so hard from last night, I cracked 3 ribs. Oh no! don't want to jinx myself, but I've never cracked a rib. Agent has been getting tired of going investigating for a while. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I do, and it's especially doing abandons, because it must be stressful. I couldn't do abandons. I've done the occasional abandoned as a photographer, but you know, you're not looking to be there long as a photographer. But I do like Real Evidence. They are a British channel I follow, and I like Mike, so I'm pleased that he's keeping going. Carlot's double-edged sword with breathing, painful ribs, but due to the hole in his lung, he has to do breathing exercises. Hole in his lung. Oh my God! It's sunny here in Nottingham today. Sunny in Nottingham. Malted milk biscuits. Why? Malted milk biscuits. Bailey's and coffee is awesome. Whiskey or brandy as well. I've drunk so much coffee this week. I'm peeing pure coffee. I'm like that all the time. Bailey's in hot chocolate. Ooh, there's an idea. Actually, we have a Bailey's equivalent up here called Linda's Farm Cream. It's the same thing. It's actually much nicer. It's a little bit more expensive, but nearer Christmas, especially when we're in the winter time. I'm sorry, guys. I can see there's a gifted up there. Oh, it's there. My doctor actually told me to drink at least one coffee a day. Apparently, it's good for you in moderation, but it can be an issue. One coffee a day. I was about to say, actually told me to drink coffee, and I thought, I want your doctor. One coffee a day, and I don't want your doctor. Carla, thank you so much. You legend. You legend. Carla's another channel that Paranormal Book Channel. We can have that link. That's a endorsed link in the chat as well. That helps so much at the moment. I'm trying to put as much as I can at the minute towards my new computer. Be it otherwise. Yeah, I won't go that far. No, but I did. I remember I used to watch him. This was like 2-3 years ago whenever I started watching Beardo, and I used to think, oh, it's a bit mean not putting links in the chat. And then he'd do a lecture about, well, I need to endorse it. And I got it as a debunker, you can't endorse investigation channels unless you've checked them out. But I used to think it was a bit harsh, but we've been burned on this channel, let's put it that way. So, yeah. Plus, if a link goes in the chat and somebody clicks that link and the channel's not very good, doesn't happen very often, but the channel's not very good, it does reflect on the channel. Oh, well, saw this in Sarah's chat. Yes, Beardo's right on that one. Otherwise people do. You see it all over the place. And the biggest advice I can give to anybody with a channel is don't self-promote. But if you link, I've said this millions of times before, I didn't know I was getting a shout out from Crow, but Crow shouted me out on a live stream just before Christmas 23. Didn't know he was going to do it. I was still an art channel then. But my first thought, my gut reaction was, I better make sure there's something worth seeing when people get over to the channel. People have to see something they like when there's a shout out. Because people will, this community is really good. They'll go over to a channel, they'll click the link. But they've got to want something. I recognised every name that got the gifted. That's awesome. Oh, that is awesome. It's got so much better at that recently. So much better. So restarted my computer. YouTube will fuck off now. Yeah. I was having when it happens to me, if I'm jumping between live streams. Can't remember who I was jumping. Oh, Matt Benson had a live stream last night when I was moderating for Ravens, so I was going back and forth. And every time I went back to Ravens, it did it. I don't like malted milk, John Boy. I don't like malted milk. Thanks, John Boy. Bloody earworm, I've got to hit the pantry now. I don't know what malted milk biscuits are. What's malted milk biscuit? I'm on my 10th. There you go. There's IC Goes. There's Carla's channel. Paranormal books. I very much encourage that channel. We need a paranormal book channel. And it's. I mean, I'm going through. I'm doing a Houdini video at the moment, going through his. Magician Among the Spirits books. I'm also going to be doing Chariots of the Gods. And that's a daunting task to purely be doing books on your channel. So please show Carla some love. She's doing it properly. So short. Yeah, I mean that's what we do, but we have to check them out first. And Beardo does the same thing. And you know, I mean, I can. You know, Crow could come in and say, "Oh, put Crow's link in the chat." Bugger in his sub to Crow or Beardo or whatever. It's not like I don't want the link in the chat, but you know, get new channels out there. You know, are we starting more books soon? Oh no, Carla. You let us know. You let me know when you're up and running again. I'll do a big shout out. Oh no, Tim Tams. I didn't order any Tim Tams for the delivery this morning. I treated myself to dark chocolate Tim Tams last week. They were amazing. Oh, Dawson got one. God. Thought you said they were good. No, I'm kidding. I remember Peter shouting at. Yeah, the most of mine have come from Beardo's done several shout outs for me. Crow's probably done the most. I think the numbers wise, it's been Segs, and Shape, some from Mythos as well. But it doesn't matter who shouts you out. Carla will tell you. It doesn't matter who shouts you out. They've got to have something to see when they get to your channel. Beardo's how I found Crow. So yeah, it's Beardo's fault. Don't like malted milk either. They're bland. I don't mind bland. I mean, I like digestives. Ooh, now you're talking. Now I understand why John Boy's eating malted milk biscuits. My pantry's a portal. Beardo shouted out the roast for himself when I came in. Yeah. I don't think Beardo realised how much I roasted him, actually. It was awesome. Whoppers. Don't like chocolate. Never can get Tim Tams. I can actually get them here. I can actually get them in my... I can never get anything. I normally say, oh, we don't get those. And somebody who lives further south will go, oh, we have it. Tell you what I've seen in our news, but it's... I'll have to wait until I've got a car again, but it's coming to the counties. We're getting Wendy's. I'm finally getting some new restaurant chains in. I've got to fuck on frogs. It's called Reddit. Found this channel in Beardo's. So it's Beardo's fault for John Boy as well. Good to know. Found you through Crow's live stream. Yeah, Crow. I mean, I'd planned to. When I was working markets, I also had a winter project when I wasn't out and about. And I thought, oh, I'll get the channel kick-started again. And it was an art channel. And Crow shouted me out. And then in the January, I decided just to make it paranormal. That's why I have a separate art channel now. Hey all, it's Alice Beardo's fault. Hey Wayne, I found Crow through Seg. Actually, there's a few that have found Crow through Seg, and vice versa, I think, but mainly sort of through Seg. Found Crow through Shape. I mean, Crow used to appear in skits on Shape's channel, some very funny ones. Because Crow only started 2-3 months after Shape. They both started at roughly the same time. Crow's been going that long, by the way. People forget that. Nutella is gross. What? Oh, I could eat it by the spoonful. Just stick a spoon in the jar. Malt balls. I like Maltesers. Does that count? I found Beardo through the Ouija Brothers, and absolutely all the rest from Beardo. I found Beardo through Mr. Grey because in 2020 I used to watch Casper. I watched Casper for a long time, and he shouted out Mr. Grey, and that was probably 2020, 21, 2020, I think. So I found Beardo through Mr. Grey. So it's Mr. Grey's fault. I found Crow here. Oh no, sorry, Pam. What can I say? I'll have to make it up to you somehow. I got chocolate hazelnut short. Now we're talking, Anne. Oh. Excuse me while I just fantasize for a minute. They sound awesome. I found Beardo through Casper Site and Twins. Found the Twins. Yeah, I think it was kind of a. I actually don't know if Beardo was Casper Site and Mr. Grey. I think it was probably both because it was around the time of the Laney and Ben incident, I think. You know, when they were awful about it. A shout out encourages people to actually post videos. Yeah, that is my biggest advice. I mean, that's what happened with me. There's a good chance if Crown had shouted me out, I'd have found another shiny object to do that winter. But because Crow shouted me out, don't waste a shout out. Even if there's only 1 or 2 people coming in, just don't waste a shout out. Make sure there's something there to see. And Debs through Shape, Crow, Joe Vitale, Seg through Beardo. Oh, finally! Awesome. Very jealous. I haven't been out of the house in days. Yeah, they did. There's one. I'll tell you what I'll do actually, because I'm going to be going live tomorrow. If I can find the links for the skits, I'll get them posted, or I'll put them in a community post or something on Discord. There are some very funny skits. I've got the one where he keeps phoning shape. My baby boy bear is right in my face, silly kitty. Oh, I want to get him. Found Crow through Seg, then blessed finding Sarah. Oh, we're blessed to have you. Seriously, there's very few people I've seen go into Children of the Crow. That's Crow's Facebook page and fit right in straight away. For me, it was Paranormal Quest, then Adelaide Haunted Horizons, then Seg, then Crow, then Sahara. Actually, Adelaide, Kagan Allison are in the UK right now. So keep an eye on their channel for all the investigate. I think they've got 9, and then I think Cag goes home and Alison's got 4 more. I know they're going up to Chillingham Castle near me, so they're going all over the place. I love Adelaide Haunted Horizons. It's one of the few investigation channels I watch all the time. Found you in a very different way. Oh, no one shouted you out. I kept seeing your name in the same live chats. So I went and looked you up. I got curious and looked you up. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. If you are a channel, don't go into everybody's live chat and say, I've got a video coming out. Or I've got, engage with people. I've done that. If I like somebody and it's clear that they've got a channel name, or you see that they've got a channel, I go over and have a look. Bongo Sun chant through Beardo. It helps when you've got a debunker like Beardo or for me, Crow, who will actually recommend, and somebody who you trust when they say, yeah, check out the channel. I found Beardo, Mr. Grey, and Newcomer Purple at the same time. I found Mr. Grey, then he shouted out Beardo. And then shortly after, in 23, we suddenly had Purple. Oh, I suddenly found Purple. I don't know when Purple started. I used to love Purple's debunking, actually. I could relate to Purple's debunking because he did it as a film editor. And Seg came along. I don't think I found Seg. Seg just popped up on my feed. I followed Seg from his first video. I don't think it was a shout out. And Mythos all sort of hit in the same year. Wayne's got no memory of anything. He's denying all knowledge. Elaine, I saw a post by you. I think it was on Facebook. Hell yeah, to a leather mask. That would look awesome. Be hot as hell, but it would look awesome. Found Beardo through AHH and everyone else followed very quick. Do hello all. That would look awesome if you do that. Beardo was my gateway drug to the community. I think what happened with me with Beardo, and this is me being UK, and I'm a bit cross. I knew Shape, by the way. I knew about Shape, but the algorithm didn't. I had never heard of Crow of Judas or Joe Vitale. I found both of them through a video that Beardo did 2 years ago. They weren't even on my radar. YouTube's funny when it works like that. I think I knew Shape from Mr. Grey, but no, the US side didn't get shouted out. So, I mean, Beardo did a video where he shouted out about 5 channels. I think one of them was Waka Waka, who I miss so much. Love Waka Waka Paranormal. And that's how I found Crow and Joe, and I never looked back. I kind of found Children of the Crow, and it's kind of why I sit with the Americans time-wise. I found Shape through Mr. Grey 4 years ago. He shouted him out. Debunkers. Yeah, it was. I mean, when back then you really only had Shape, Crow, and Mr. Grey. Crow was your first. Oh, you never forget your first, do you, Mike? Does he call? Does he write? No. I mean, I was an active member of the chats and things, but Crow was the first one I actually literally got involved with the community. And, you know, actually spoke to people. I mean, I used to say the odd thing in chat, but I was very much a lurker. Found Shape 6 years ago, Crow just over 2 years ago, and the rest followed. Yeah. Mike, but where you is. Yeah. Don't let him lie to you. Make him speak it from the heart. We can guarantee Seg sucks. I'm sorry, Elaine. But Elaine knows Seg sucks. He does it to everybody. He does it to me. But do you know what it is with Seg? He's got blinders on. Bloody Justin appears in his chat and he's on it. Right. So Justin, so hang on, you've missed half the chat. Paranormal Monkey turns up. 2019, so that'd be when he started, wasn't it? When he first started. What's he look like? He looks like that is his face. He's got a mask face. If you remove the mask, there's another mask underneath it. If you remove that mask, there's nothing. True story. Imagine Crow Judas says he'd Crow look like a hot dog. I found Beardo from his Mindseed video. I think the Mindseed video, it wasn't why I found him. I'm sure it was the Laney and Ben thing, but I think the Mindseed video was one of the first ones I remember seeing. I think I'd watched one or two of his top fives. I remember that Mindseed video from way back when. I found Crow through the shape. That Mindseed video, Beardo's, by the way. Yeah, I mean, it's an old one, but go back to his earliest videos. That is and I've seen it happen with others. I felt it happen to myself. You can see that moment where he thinks, because he liked Mindseed. You could see that moment where he thought, "They fake this." Purple is coming up to Blackpool. But Blackpool's ready for Purple. Few ghost walks investigations in Nottingham, but the only place I got a photo of something I couldn't explain was the Galleries of Justice in Nottingham City Centre. It's right in the centre, isn't it? I've been following Paranormal Quest for a good while, actually. I think I was following Paranormal Quest before I found Beardo, actually. Or around the same time. I need a leather plague mask. Ooh, that would be good. Love the plague masks. We're a great community. We are a great community. Do you know if you saw Seg's last live, he was reacting and he'd randomly chosen. He wanted to react to Demon Files and he randomly chose it. He didn't know the ins and outs of the videos he was going into. And it's really worth checking that live out because I want to find some more examples. I might do a video on it because they did something really, really bad. Used a story that was really bad and they used it to generate their narrative. And you know, it's like, and people have got a nerve calling the debunking community toxic when they're putting out what's the word? Disgraceful stuff like that for clicks and views. And we're the toxic ones. You can beg her off. Wacker is awesome. Wacken is so... I don't know if it's still on Crow's channel. I'll have a look. He did a live with Crow about 18 months ago. So funny. Wacker was amazing. I miss Wacker too. The community's growing. It is growing. John Boy's getting the. I love sitting in John Boy's lives. I mean, I do mod for him, but I love sitting because I can see a little community growing for you, John Boy. And it's such a relaxing, chill chat that you have. I really enjoy sitting in those lives. Crows was a no holds barred channel in the beginning. I know which was the first video. I know when Beardo shouted him out. I know which first video I watched. And he still had a lot of his videos up. He took a lot of his videos down at one point. Because he got demonetized. And I know which was the first video because, not that I remember it being the first video, but when I was doing Crow Radio, over my Fantastic Folio, some of my Crow Radios are still up. If there are any missing, I'll find it and put them on. And I found my first comment. Beardo sent me over hilarious subscribe. That was my comment, and that was why I absolutely just fell for the channel because, you know, sort of loud, didn't care, said what he wanted, and yeah, I mean, you won't be able to find them because they've been private, but you know, like the live streams and things, you know, you could get away with it's not doing anything wrong, but you could be much harder hitting back then. I hate to use the word on my channel, but you know, you've got to think more about, you know, the woke tendencies these days. It's a shame. Paranormal Quest is the only American channel worth watching. Well, we've got Joe Vitale, and the other one, but she's not doing any at the moment. The other one I absolutely adore is Weeping Willow Paranormal. I love the way Cassie investigates. But in terms of the big paranormal channels in the US, yeah, I would say Paranormal Quest is probably the only ones worth watching. Dave was saying they needed some new exercise, so I sent him one, and that one is still in their merch store. Sarah put top of my feed first, then downhill from there. Yeah, you see, yeah, he started with the bell. Kidding. I'm definitely having to go at the leather mask, Sarah. I've worked with it before, but I've never made a mask. So yeah, it'd be awesome. I have a couple of friends who both sell leatherwork on the market. I've got stuff off both of them. Love it. If it wasn't for Project Fee, I wouldn't have found any of you guys. I didn't even know YouTube did this until they came to it. And hubby set me up, then showed me so many paranormal shows. See, when I hit YouTube hard in 2020, it was because we were in lockdown. It was the top 5 channels I found first, and I very quickly found the reactors. That's how I found Casper. And there were 1 or 2 others that were reacting to the top 5s. But it was, I'm sure, largely it was because of Casper Site, and then onto Mr. Grey, and you know that I found more. They don't automatically come up in the algorithm, or they didn't used to. Mike O, as long as he gave you flowers, chocolates, and hot dogs. You think Crow's going to give any food away? You give you it give you a lovely bouquet of salad. I found Beardo first and second Mr. Grey Mythos from the night at the Ram Inn. Yeah. Lots of sausages. Cynthia, good morning all. So last night about 12 a.m. my dog starts going nuts. I of course went outside to check it out. Then I hear a low rumble and booming and shaking. No. Oh, I hope you're okay. I hope everything's still upright. Yeah, Seg does cheat. He does that with me, Elaine, and a few others. It's like, I know you're here, I'm just not going to say anything. But look, I recognise you're in the chat. But I'm waffling about something completely different. I said, I was looking for a pattern for of an Afghan and all these crushing things. Really? I need a leather face mask. I would actually love a leather plague mask. I do have masks. I've got a couple of Venetian masks from Venice. I've got another sort of leather mask that's carnival mask, but I don't know where it's from. I got it at a charity shop, I think. I actually love masks. I would love more. I'm so good. How far behind him? I'm not too bad. He and I got excited because it's so helpful for my writing, jogs my creativity and storytelling. Then I watched Casper Sykes say, "Beardo, Mr. Grey Crow." The list went on and on and on and on. Yeah, I said the same thing, Elaine. I did actually try and stay up for it and failed. Maybe he needs bigger eye holes in the masks. He was wearing, I don't know how he was managing actually, because the mask he was wearing, I think you could only see out of one properly. It's a hilarious mask though. New Madrid is alive and well. Strike faults, slip fault system. Crow in the chat a little bit. He was disappointed with them, and it's happened to me a couple of times actually. The irony is with Mindseed, I never believed them because of the way they filmed it. Even back in 2020, I looked at that lot, them and Ghost of Cardboard Moment. I looked at both of them and thought, nah. High contrast, black and white, no. That's done for a reason. I need a dragon mask. I need dragons. Caroline, member for 11 months. You awesomeness. It's funny because I had a couple of 11-monthers the other day, and I just realised it's because I got remonetized in October last year. I'll be why. Thank you so much, Caroline. You are a treasure. And you're a good gamer too. There are two people I purposely watch gaming, and one is Raven, and the other one's John Boy. And it's because they play the games I like, and they both talk to the chat. Actually, especially John Boy will just talk to his chat. No, there won't be. Probably chat's probably as fake as the bloody channels. Thanks to you, Sarah. I didn't even have 40 subs when I joined your channel. John Boy, sweetie, I wouldn't shout you out, but I do love John Boy's channels, and I love the vlogs. Not just gaming, I love the vlogs. I love the fact that you're setting yourself up to go out to investigating occasionally when you can. Love the vlogs. I genuinely enjoy the gaming on your channel. Mr. Magoo. Don't say go for it. Do it for Christmas. So I mean, just a flying visit back home briefly. Be heading out back soon. I hope the weather's all right for you, sweetie. Have a great weekend. Oh, I know. There are one or two chats that sort of do that in the comments as well. It's often the bigger channels anyway. I watched Casper Sykes for a long time. It was the very first channel I had a membership for. But he wasn't doing lives when I was watching him, and his chat do that. And I got into trouble with his viewers when I reacted to his like a film video. And the other one, but Daz will call them out on it. Daz Black will actually call people out for sort of saying, so actually say something about the video, don't you? Say, oh, Daz, you're awesome. Entity 7 was Joe Vitale from the US, so is Paranormal. Oh, Matt Benton, yeah, none of you have watched them. Yep, Joe Vitale and Matt. Matt is back next month. Everybody who does live streams is diving undercover. No, I'm kidding. So I will, once Matt's up and running back on his channel, I'll shout him out. And when Joe's got, I always shout Joe out. But Seg has more mass than WWE. Yeah, so he's got an alibi. Crow is very welcoming right from the go. Crow is probably, and I'm biased, but Crow's probably the most welcoming in the community. Yep, Jimmy. Ghost Quest. I think his Carmel main doc it's being distributed at the moment. I think I'm sure I saw a date yesterday that was November the 7th. Please don't quote me on that. I think it was Matt's live stream last night, because he's had his documentary picked up. Fake channels are always begging for super chats and constantly beg for subs. Do you know something? It's funny because I've had a conversation with Crow about this, and neither of us can bring ourselves. I actually feel wrong. I've put my buy me a coffee up at the top of the chat. I feel wrong every time I do it, and I cannot bring myself to put my PayPal up there. I can't even say hit the like. I can't do it. If people, my attitude is, yes, I do rely on some donations, but if people want to donate, that is completely up to you. People shouldn't be begging for money. I'll get started on GoFundMe's. If people like your channel, they'll support. They will. I do. I support channels. I want to. Seg's last live blew me out the water. It was honestly, guys, I cannot recommend it enough. It is well worth, if you didn't see it, watching Seg's live. It's the last one he did. It's where he reviewed a Demon Files video. It is mind-blowing what these guys did. Yes, it was a stupid investigation. Yes, it was clearly fake. Yes, it was all contrived. It was all the usual stuff. But then, the bombshell of the story they used. Only a 3 wouldn't step to be. Oh, that's not so bad. The dog hadn't woken you up. Destination Fear. They are just, yeah. All they do is yell and scream and Video helped clean up my channels I was watching for a long time. Yeah. I mean, in terms of investigation channels, I'll be honest, I don't watch that many. But I will watch more if there's a particular location somebody's looking at. But obviously, massive supporter of APRF. If you're not subscribed to APRF, please show them some love. They are a breath of fresh air in the way that they're investigating. If some mod can put a link in the chat for Wes and Lisa. I've got my able to do the podcasts. They are going to come onto a podcast with me. Massive help, and Crow did a video on them as well. The ones I watch are APRF, Real Evidence. If I've got time, I will be on. I don't always catch Real Evidence, but usually Real Evidence. Alison and Cag. I'm going through their Australian investigations at the moment. Weeping Willow, when she's active, she hasn't been active for quite a while. Obviously, Joe Vitale, Entity 7. Dawson when I have to, because I'm odd for him. Now I'll watch Dawson Tola. Seg needs to seat it better on his face, then his eyes lined up then. It did look a bit wonky on I don't know what day it was, Thursday. My teed was too good to be true. Yeah, I felt the same way about Carmel Main, to be honest. And I'm not a debunker. I wouldn't know where to start, but I am a film analyst. And even back then, even before I knew what a debunker was, by the way, I looked at both of those channels and thought, hell no. that really high contrast black and white, especially from Carmel May. You can hide all sorts of shit in that. You can hide cuts, you can hide all sorts. But at the time, I mean, Carmel Main is kind of, the channel's died, but at the time, that thing coming out of the window was all over the top fives. Jimmy debunks that in his Carmel Main documentary, by the way. And yeah, but Mindseed was just, and it was just too much of a story. This is what I've always said about Mindseed. It's just Casey now, though, isn't it? I've always said about Mindseed, they could completely do much better if they just said, look, guys, this is for entertainment purposes only. Like Tim Moseroff does. Moseroff? Because despite the fake videos, one or two videos I've actually quite enjoyed because they tell stories. There's one that they did where I swear would make a good film. But he will die on the hill that he's not fake. Black Cat Day of the Dead mask. Ooh, I enjoyed John Boy and Ravens Gaming. Awesome. I mean, there's one or two that I enjoyed. I didn't believe it, but I enjoyed it because the way they filmed it, but I never believed them. I watch the gaming after they're live, as I'm usually doing stuff. I lurk on occasion. The ones I'm to rewatch on 2 lives, just about every week, and one's Kenny's, and one is I kind of use them as podcasts, and one is Justin's Monday podcast. Because for some reason I can never be around for Justin's. But I don't know. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. I don't know what it is. But I never seem to get around to it. I usually catch his chimp party. That was good this week. Human combustion. Chimp party. Chimp tea party. Awesome Dawson. Yeah, and Dawson's come a long way. It's awesome. I absolutely love Seg's new drinking mask. Absolutely. It suits him. It suits it suited that bloody video he was reacting to. Hey, did you hear? Yes, I saw auction on Halloween. I'm very interested to see who gets that. What my first thought, though, I have to say, is how pissed off will oh crap, name's gone. Matt and Elton be. They just ploughed the money into the Warrens. Firstly, I think there's as many honest paranormal investigations as there are UK and other country investigators, and there's many. Yeah, I agree. And that's why I would actually love to see other areas being investigated as well. I mean, Caroline looked for me, and I wanted to see more Australian ones and New Zealand actually. And Caroline said that Kagan Olsen actually have a playlist of their Aussie ones. Because I want to see different locations being looked at. Sam's heading out if he's still here, because I know I'm stupidly behind. I'm 7 minutes behind, just not catching up. I think, do you know, you can't. Just part of me thinks, did somebody not want them to have it? Oh, they were. I mean, they weren't really on my radar, to be honest, and certainly they're on it now. Tell you, yeah. Two Ply's not around at the moment, Wayne, which is why I'm not mentioning Two Ply. I used to like exploring with fighters. They got what's it, that Spoon Fighters that got into trouble. Got into some drama. I can see there's a super chat there. It's from Sandra. That's how far behind I am. Project Fear did change when they transferred. I noticed that. Stop yelling and screaming. I know. There's APRF's link, guys. If you're not sub to them, to Wes and Lisa, please show them some love. Different way of investigating. It's awesome. I was found in a lost property box in QuickFit, and they still couldn't fix me. Do you know what, Wayne? I believe you. Actually, I didn't mention Mariah. That was really rude of me. Mariah goes out investigating as well. I was focusing on people I actually talk to on a regular basis. Although I did mention some people. I'm sorry, Mariah. That was not done on purpose. Wes has been. Yes, Wes loves his books. And so yeah, he great source of information. And thank you so much. I will also do super chats and gifters when we're all struggling these days. But I love this community. I don't expect any. If you know, don't spend money on me if you need money for yourself. Anything on anybody. That's the community will go, Sarah, shut up. No, but times are tough for everybody. If channels, yeah, I really like Tim Moseroff. I always have, and he's very clear at the beginning. It's for entertainment purposes only, and he has some scary. I mean, I've jumped at some of Tim Moseroff's stuff. Sandra, remember for 3 months? You legend. You absolute legend. Chris says, I've become so many people because they don't watch paranormal other than debunk. Does this leave them slightly? No. Well, I can't, right, Cree, I'm going to be honest, I can't speak for anybody else, but it depends how many people they're watching to get the debunk. I do know that Crow will sit with one channel on his TV and one on his phone looking for the debunks. He will watch a lot before he actually settles on one. You're going to get some channels, nothing wrong with this, you're going to get some channels who are going to get videos recommended. But I actually get concerned sometimes generally, it's not just from... that's actually less from debunkers, you know, paranormal channels. Oh, I don't really watch any paranormal. Not really watch other investigators. Well, shouldn't you be? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me as a researcher. I'm watching all this stuff. I mean, I'll be honest, I ain't going to watch the stuff Seg watches because hard enough getting through Seg's videos sometimes when he's doing Mackie and Amanda and stuff without watching the original video. I'll be honest about that. I've always said that about Seg. He watches it so we didn't have to. And I don't know how everybody works, but I do know that Crow watches masses. I watched a Casper site reaction yesterday. He was watching a top 5 type channel, and the first clip was somebody doing a really haunted type thing. What? Yeah. Yep. Whether it can get a business license. Well, anybody with a bit of business acumen should be checking that out before they bid, I think. I think they have to say in the auction, actually, if it can be used for business purposes. Because technically, I presume they'd be selling it as a business, not as a private residence. Towards deposit on your new computer, then we can see a lovely face on live. So I would actually... It's supposed to be on live now, but it buffers too much. I mean, I've got this room set up. So thank you so much, Sandra, you're a treasure. They are interested, Matt Nelton. I was thinking Simon Cole. Yeah, I was wondering. Yes, that would be my second guess. Would be I think Elton and Matt are probably kicking themselves. But yeah, Sam and Colby are very much into investing right now. And they have done the. I'm trying to think who else would be big enough, unless it goes to somebody privately. But they would be the biggest channels that would have the money. Yeah, or if it's going to be one of these companies that run them into the ground. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw the news about it on Jason Hawes put a post out. That wouldn't surprise me either. Even if I was need to take down, they would deplorable at 12. I want to leave this week. Yes. They did say that on that video Seg was looking at. And then used a Murder Unalive to further their narrative with two investigators. I would like to know if the Conjuring House is going up for auction because she didn't pay her house payments or taxes, so that's another reason for it. I think I only saw the story this morning. I actually literally haven't looked into it. If it's going, this is me guessing. This is me guessing on the way it would work here. It would go up for auction if the person who owns it. I mean, the person who owns it could put it up for auction. But I don't think with something like the Conjuring House you would you? You'd just charge an arm and a leg and get as much as you can. It would go up for auction if the person who owns it is out of control of the selling. It would be auctioned off on their behalf. Tim Mozarov is way more believable than a lot of channels. You know, I mean, occasionally he'll do something that you just think, nah. But you know that it's a nah. But yeah, and creepy as anything. They're scary videos. They said the bank. Oh right, yeah. So then that was right. Yeah. So the bank took the house for non-payment. So yeah, the bank would definitely auction it. I've seen debunkers that don't watch channels debunk something and not understand who they debunk and get it wrong. I've seen that criticism leveled before, and I mean, you know, at one point I don't want to excuse it, but at the same time, you know, debunking a channel and watching million of their videos. I do know people who will find a channel and will look at some of their other videos to see if it's a one-off or if it's you know, a trend in the way that they're doing things. Depends on the debunker. I'm a media Simon McColby. Good. I think that would be the least surprising outcome. I really do think that would be the least surprising outcome. So, because they do seem to be building up a portfolio at the minute. Ice Cold Tango, nice, John Boy. Zach Baggins should buy. Actually, don't joke about that. Oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine Zaki Poo owning it? Oh my goodness. Oh, that would be a nightmare. I told my hubby if people just waited, she'd do something and lose it and not have it, not chose it to sell. Yeah, I like Tim Mozarov's channel. It is worth looking at if you just like a little bit, some jump scares. Wash your mouth out, Rena. Yeah, that was. I'm upset now that that might be a possibility. Oh, here we are at the Conjuring. I need Phil on because he does a good Zach Bagans impression. Here we are at the Conjuring House. I'd change it into a hotel. Yeah, actually, I don't know if it's big enough, but it certainly is as a B&B, Airbnb. Suppose though, if you want the money rolling in for ghost hunters, I feel that for the Conjuring House, so much damage to people has been done. It needs somebody to go in, whoever takes it, it needs somebody to go in there and basically reboot it. You know, ignore everything that's happened in the past and just start again. By the way, I haven't seen it yet, and if you have, no spoilers. But Joe put a Facebook post out earlier today saying he went to the new Conjuring movie, and Joe lame. Vitali gave it 8 out of 10. That must mean it's very good. Otherwise, he'd have been pissing and moaning about it. That gives me hope for the new Conjuring movie. The sad thing is, it's probably more likely to be a money grab than somebody who's actually going to do it properly. Want to buy 30 East Drive? Oh. Want to live in it? Can you clean it? Lionheart, if you buy 30 East Drive, can you clean it, please? Because it always looks... I know it's in its preserved state and it's, you know, retro, but John Boy, if you ever go to 30 East Drive, because I know you've been thinking about it, just let me know what it's like inside. Yeah, I agree. It's he's got a nice little earner there. I refuse to think that Bagan's buying the Conjuring House, the last haunted place he bought. He toured. Oh no, I can't afford a Wendy house. Yeah, me too, Wayne. The Clock House. Oh. Shadow Mice, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you. All monies this month, by the way, will be going on to the new PC. What was the channel that rented B&B's pretend? Well, Mindseed did that. Seg caught them. By looking at the weather forecast. They claim they're in a plantation house and no. 30 East Drive just needs the homes under the hammer treatment so I can have live in it. That's not a bad house. But it always looks yucky. It was when I belonged to an events company, no one would go with me, so it never happened. I won't go in on my own. Did buy your coffee, sir? I don't know. Oh, hang on. I haven't got my email up. Hang on. Let's have a look. Yes, thank you so much, John Boy. You are a treasure. It did come through. Oh, I know why it doesn't come up. I mustn't have changed it properly. It goes into my social or promotion tab rather than my main tab for my email. I must sort that out because I have missed them before on live. I found that, yeah, that was an awesome debunk. That one was. Shadow Mite's been lurking. Good discussion going on. I know. Who knew? What did Yasko buy? Oh God, I hope Yasko doesn't. Oh, well, Yasko would be bothered with it. Fix that one door. Fix the stairs. They're a bit unstable. Sorry, couldn't resist. Get a new cleaner. In fact, buy both houses, then you know nobody's on the other side, on next door knocking on the wall. Allegedly, in my opinion. I don't know if Yasko's bought anything. Thank you, Debbie. Ding ding ding, finally. As I'm at the bottom of the chat, I'm going to put my announcements up. Hang on. I need to get rid of... how do I do it? I need to get rid of the overlay. What's the overlay? Oh. Get rid of the overlay. Get rid of the banner. Eight more comments while I've been doing that. Oops. Needs a complete refit, yeah. It would eliminate a lot of the settling and floorboard stuff. I would have done it on my own, but he wasn't going to let anyone stay in his house alone, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Ooh, deleted. What's deleted? What's deleted? Buy next door, knock through. Yeah, I would be a lot happier, genuinely, with what you could actually do with 30 East Drive is buy both houses, because it's a semi, have one house for people to stay in and the other one for investigation. So it's like a B&B with 30 East Drive attached. And then you're eliminating that next door factor. Right, hang on. Let me put that. Because I think the problem, the biggest problem for me with 30 East Drive is it's attached to another house, and those semis are probably fairly thin walls. It's a strange layout, because when Promgate happened, I looked at a layout. It's a really strange layout for a semi. Because I thought the stair thing might be next door, but the stairs are next to the outside wall. Normally, stairs and semis are next to each other. Anyway. Right, I'll just get rid of... Just buy Tit's house and use the port of this living room to enter the East Drive anytime you want. Hey, there you go. Two haunted houses, allegedly, for the price of one. He'd probably sell it if you gave him enough money. But you'd have to prove the portal first. Get him to walk through it, see if it works. So I'll just let me get rid of chat at the bottom. How do I do that then? There we go. So before I have my little intermission, because I need a coffee, and I'll leave these up. This is my breakdown for what's coming up. Now, the Fantastique magazine, the cover's there for it. That is a general paranormal magazine. I'm going to be releasing it as an online reader, but it will also end up on Amazon as well. So it's general paranormal discussion articles in there, all written by me. I will also be putting some of the Believe in Me stories in that magazine as well. I'm at the moment probably looking at February for the next issue. There'll be less of those coming out. I'll wait until I've got enough articles to put those out. The Debunked magazine is the magazine about the debunking community, and I'm hoping to get one of those out every 2 months. And that's October 25th. That'll come up in time for Halloween. The Debunked yearbook, I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow afternoon, and I want to discuss ideas for the yearbook, stuff that people would like to see in there. I am happy to take suggestions for that. I've got some stuff worked on it already, but yeah, I'm happy to take suggestions of the sort of things that you'd like to see in that. Early December, I don't want to say exactly what it is, but Phil and I have a special live planned. I've got it as early December. It is a Christmas live, but we thought we'd do it to kick off the Christmas season because there will be a massive traffic jam over Christmas. I mean, I'll be going live over Christmas, but we thought we'd do that sort of earlier in the month. I'm working on the zombie video at the minute, so that'll be the next video that comes out with me. So I'm going to try and get to the bottom of the chat again, and then I'm going to have an intermission. Yeah, Beardo did. There's a few that have. So how's your magazine going to? It's going to be an online reader that will be free. And I'll also look at making it downloadable as well. But it will also be available hard copy on Amazon and for Kindle as well. Like I say, the Fantastique magazine is a general paranormal magazine, so that'll be the one I'll hit Amazon hard with. But for the community, you'll get the link. You've got the online reader. My Patreons get early snippets from some of the stuff I'm doing. They did last year. Actually, some of the stuff from last year's will be going into the yearbook, actually, because, yeah, hitting the hospital knackered everything. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is this live next week. So next Saturday's live, I'm going to go into far more information as to what's in the Fantastique magazine, show you some examples of some pages. I'll also be show you the cover for the first Debunked magazine, which is coming out in that time in October because it's a Halloween themed one, some of it. And like I say, the live tomorrow will be discussing stuff to do with the yearbook. New Monopoly board. Tits out smoke. Actually, we've actually been talking about a Monopoly board. But the trouble with Monopoly boards is Monopoly's very, very touchy about brand name. I have done a basic design for one. Things that happened during the year. Yeah, I'd got that far. But thanks for the contribution, Wayne. You're always a treasure. Will the year? But yes, it will. That I'm going to try and get it out as early in December as I can. It will be available hard copy on Amazon. which should for you guys make it easier for postage. I'm also setting up Redbubble as well at the moment. So again, I'm aware that in my American subs as well, but I know that my Aussies and my Kiwis, the price for postage is just insane. And Redbubble is an Australian company, so I mean, I'll probably, it'd probably be helpful for the American viewers as well. But I mean, I'll be keeping Spreadshop because they've been awesome. But yeah, you're dealing, and they've been very quick, but you're dealing with postage lugged on top. In terms of both Redbubble and Spreadshop, I'm also going to do a range of coffee mugs. And I've also done the design for the Drop Bear t-shirt, by the way, guys. I just haven't put it onto the site yet. Halloween is going to pass me the bar. Oh no, Elaine. Oh, it sucks. I am happy for suggestions for the lesser known ones, because I think it's a bit like APRF. I can't remember how I found. Actually, I do know how I found APRF. They came into my chats. Wes was coming in making some awesome comments. It was the awesome comments he was leaving on my videos, and because I looked at the name of, it's a bit like somebody was saying it was saying sometimes, in chat you sort of see somebody, you think, oh, and if they've got a channel, and it was clear that they probably had a channel because it was APRF Investigations in the chat. And I went over and had a look. Oh, this is awesome, and that's kind of how it happened. But but then it's a bit like, I mean, I didn't know Crow of Judas existed till 2023. Didn't hit our algorithms here in the UK. And he'd been going for 4 years by then. I feel cheated. Or saved. Dealer's choice. I love Halloween. Yay for yearbook. Caught pulling strings, go to jail, don't. We did have a load of ideas. I think it was me, Crow, and Raven have a chat about it. And yeah, different things. Shipping is worth doing for tariffs. Crete, that would be, honestly, anybody who's got channels that maybe haven't hit our radar. Open DR65, fine, £300, yeah. I think we had a demonetized section on it. Of course, I'll be in that. I can't find Tim Mozaroff's. Tim. Lionheart say. Hang on. Yes, I hate the DR60. Yeah, let's use a device that was recorded. It's broken. That's what it goes with. And I saw one on eBay the other day for about £1,000. By the way, about £1,000. Advanced location in your favour. Advanced Thursday East Drive. There you go. Right, guys, I'm just going to make a quick cuppa. So, I'll put a quick video on. I'll put my intermission banner up as well. I am coming back. Please don't abandon me. There we go. Just going to boil the kettle. Right one. timing. Just let me take that ticker off so people don't think I'm still on intermission. I'm back. Thank you, John Boy. I full disclaimer, I've been doing independent magazines for just going to be depressing amount of years now. 35. So that's why the channel's called Fantastic Publishing. It was always the plan, but last year, life happened, and I didn't want to start until I was ready to do it properly. So, but thank you. We need to do breakfast things too. Breakfast things. Ryan in the house. If you're not subbed to Spookfest, go and check out his lovely self. It'd be great if you could find somewhere near Beardo to dress up as Crystal and pan him. Copyright strike, go back 3 spaces. Yeah, that'd be the funkers, wouldn't it? Yeah. You'd be mean about Sam and Colby. You could have people write a ghost story to fetch magazine just to add community. Yeah, guys, I will always be taking in stories, experiences for the Believe in Me, and I'll take in any submissions, especially for the debunked. I'd also like to sort of do more with them as well, and some of the artwork as well. I see in Discord some of the stuff that goes in there, so it would be awesome. Yeah, I do read chat when I come back. Get the announcement or thumbnail out. He's not going live, Mariah, until 8 my time, so you'd have 3 hours. I think it's 8. No, 9. So, I mean, I've only been going for an hour and 45 minutes. So, I mean, I won't go till 5 o'clock. So, you would have time to do a live. I don't think anybody else will be live after me. You land on Conjuring House, yeah, you have to sell it. You have to auction it. Have to be a drunk driver, nothing to do. Furthest behind on the chat. You are so far. Yeah, have it as one of your chance or community cards. You're so far behind on the chat. Do go past go. Do not pass. Collect $200. Pam, it's impossible. You just have to go at the minute, unless specifically know. I mean, I wouldn't go live over Mariah, or I know vice versa, etc. But I'm not aware of anything. And I'm pretty sure when I looked at Spaghetti's, it was. I'm trying to think how far behind you are, Mariah. Are you 6 hours? If you're 6 hours, it would be 3 p.m. for you. That's and it's just a talking live. You probably wouldn't be that long, and I don't know what's that. Laura's probably live at midnight. You'd probably find some slots today, sweetie, if you needed one. I went live instantly yesterday to test out my laptop because it was playing up and had no problem. So you get portal to the tits house, not jail. You gotta talk to Lee. Oh no. Penalty. You can't buy houses or hotels. See, you lot are awesome. Paranopoly. There you go, Leanne for the win. Yeah, Suno's actually had a few upgrades, and it's getting so much better, especially for the things like the rock. You have drippage, take a chance. The community is growing. There's gonna be traffic jams. I can tell you what I do. You're like me, right? You're in everybody's chat, even if it's lurking. You know who goes into whose chat. Now, there's sometimes somebody will go live, and I know the chances are most of the people aren't going to be in my live anyway, etc. So we have our little pockets. We have some people who are everywhere, and we also have our little pockets. So that kind of needs to be how you look at it. You know, if you wait for a time slot, and yet other days there's nobody on. The community has grown so much it has grown a lot in the last 18 months. I did give up my Wednesday night live. I'm booyahing my third live a week. I couldn't cope with staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning. No, it's I think he's doing a Q&A. He's been in Italy for the last week, so I don't know if he's streaming from Italy or he's home now, but I won't cut. Why? That would be good, actually, Wayne. Hang on. Once I will let you know, by the way, darling, when I've got the new PC and I can do the podcast, because I'm still up for you, John Boy, and Jamie joining me for a music podcast. Metal meets horror. Could actually also do that as an extension to the Satanic Panic without doing the Satanic Panic part, because I really want to talk about, I'm an artist, so I tend to go towards aesthetics. That's what I was saying the other day about horror movies. I just look at them and go, oh, that's awesome. And there are some really good horror aesthetics in metal. Could do it as a nice piece. That's a good one. Thank you, Wayne. Book on a haunted house written by Hugo first. We could have an alternate book list. We're going at 1 a.m. 1 our time, so that's 7 our time, I think. Are you Central or Mountain, Mariah? I can't remember. I think you're Central, aren't you? 7 hours behind, so that would be 8 our time. I'll give you an hour. If you've got a thumbnail up, I'll get somebody to put the link up for you. Horror crossword, yes, horror crossword. I was thinking of doing a word search as well. If you land on Seg Lane, you have to listen to him sing Barbie Girl. I haven't forgotten about the Incy Wincy Spider. I will put that together for you, Sandra. But speaking of Seg and Barbie...
Come on, Bobby, let's get party.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Come on, Bobby, let's get party.
Be the Barbie girl.
Come on, Bobby, let's get party.
Like a plastic. It's fantastic. You can come home.
Come on, Bobby, let's get party.
I just need to be there. Like a plastic. It's fantastic.
I'm too sexy for I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do good on this road.
Rude. I love the way Crow says that. I'm just going to end this rude. I have done a basic design for a Crowopoly board. So all these suggestions are awesome. Hope he fights over what sends you to jail. Using cat balls, miss a turn. Since it's late for me, I will go to bed. After this live, I have to get up do my son's hair at 7 a.m. my time. Oh no! Pinky, you're a treasure. I love Pinky. Oh, actually, because I did it right at the start, can somebody put Pinky's link in the chat, so people can actually go over and show us some love and listen to that awesome community song she's done. Land on Crow and have to pick a card and do the impression. Yeah, there you go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna write that down. Pass that on to her. I actually I actually think a Cluedo game would work really well. I've thought about that before, because you could sort of have, you know, Twin Paranormal in the kitchen with the fishing wire or something. Do you know what I mean? Do it that way. That would actually be very doable, though. And we had a discussion in chat a while ago about sort of, you know, murder mysteries and haunted mysteries and things like that. Pinky's channel, thank you, Debbie. If you land on Crow Crescent, you have to eat a hot dog with milk. Who was it said in yesterday's live to put bacon on it? Was it you, Debbie? Because actually, that I thought that was an awesome idea. I would put mayo on a hot dog if you put bacon on it. I can see that working. Just not on its own. Saw a fake demon, back 3 spaces. You could have a hospital. Because you wouldn't need train stations, would you? So one of them could be a hospital. Demon scratched me. Get an ambulance. Pedo in the bathroom with the cat paws. No, it would be Pedo in the bathroom with the spirit level. The spirit unlevel. Could do a guess who. That's a good idea. Guys, if you think of anything else, come to me in tomorrow's live with these as well. Because I will give people credit in the yearbook. I'm not going to take ideas and... Oh, look at what I've done. Phantoms and Fakers, awesome. I'm really enjoying a hot dog with mayo. Oh, hubby finally has to try it and he liked it, so it's worth at least. I've tried it. I did a live. There's a taste test. I don't know if it's up actually. I think because it's the live I had to take down because Seg turned his camera on by accident. But I did taste test on screen, and it's disgusting. London Adelaide Haunted Crisis, you have to agree in Rhapsody. Bacon Demon. Now I want bacon. Thanks, guys. Oh dear. Guess who question? He wears a mask. Bacon does make almost everything better. Thank you, Carla. Team Carla here. Said a sent to Jelly gets sent to the coal shed at 30 East Drive. I honestly don't think you're going to get anywhere with the larger channel fan base. Not if Elton's chatting his lives or anything to go by. These people are locked in. Your best bet is to go. Yeah, I've said that. Right, you know, people misread the debunking community a lot. Nobody's looking to take channels like you can't. You're never going to bring down Sam and Colby or the twins or you know, Overnight or whoever. The fans aren't interested. What I'd like to see with the debunking community, the paranormal community in general, because you know, that's one of the reasons I like the idea of the topics being widened and newer channels like Carla's looking at books and things like that, and APRF with the new ways of investigating. There will be a lot of people who stay away from YouTube if they're into the paranormal because they think, oh, well, that's all they see. You know, bloody Simon Colby, etc. It's getting the word out there that there are serious investigators, serious debunkers, serious commentators, interviewers, podcasters. That's the audience you hit. You're not going to change Twin Paranormal's little minions' minds or Simon Colby's. I've said before, Simon Colby could run a cooking channel, people would watch it. They're watching for Simon Colby, not the paranormal. And then you've also got people who believe them. Why? I don't know. We look at that and think, it's like the Demon Files yesterday. How do you look at that? She was getting bloody tarot cards out and reading them wrong. I know how to read tarot cards. So believe in them. I know how to read them. She was getting the bloody meanings wrong. For smaller channels, they are not as invested and might be willing to listen. Exactly. Random abandoned places. If you can show what a smaller team is doing, the person sees it, they might be a fan of the bigger channels and then they might see how it's done the same way. Yeah. Cut and paste investigating that the fake channels do, you know. Need to expand in something, maybe into other publications or something. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. Actually, it's. I mean, I'm going to be doing more. I mean, it's basically what I do. So there will also be one-offs on me with me that I'll be writing. Already got some planned. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to compile things like, you know, it doesn't even. I mean, yes, there's the Believe in Me project, but even, you know, other stuff. I mean, people can put the stuff in magazines, but, you know, compile books that are people's fictional ghost stories or poetry or artwork or whatever. I watched Simon Colby but didn't believe it was real way before. Yeah, I mean, I didn't believe half of these channels even before, but you know, just because I've had a lifetime of interest in the paranormal and my own experiences. And it's very much a case of, come on, that's what I mean about both Mindseed and Carmel Main. And watching the bloody top 5 channels when I was watching the reactors, you think, come on, guys. Jeopardy is actually being looked at the moment. That's all I'm going to say. Who was doing that? Who was doing what? What have I said? Sorry, I've lost track. Hey Susan, how are we doing, sweetie? I don't know how many of you ever watched the Jeffersons. I don't remember the Jeffersons. You can see it. What? It's like some of the really extreme fake channels. You look at them and you think, Lee, I'm sorry, Smug Puppy. You know, how are people watching these channels? How can you watch somebody film a hovering Hoover and think, oh, prayers for you, Lee. So sorry you're going through this. I love your plans, Sarah. Yeah. To be honest, it would also be nice to collaborate with investigators, etc., bunkers, and get techniques. Toe tapping. Don't pass go collect and don't collect £200. I would rather watch Crete. I've said this before. This is not a secret. When I first started watching the paranormal in 2020, I watched the Twins, and I didn't buy most of it, but I actually loved watching them. And there's part of me that misses the old Twin Paranormal. I did genuinely enjoy watching them, but they were much calmer then. much calmer. I mean, they use way too many apps, but I enjoyed watching them. And there was a video, and I tried to find it for somebody, but I can't find the video. They might have taken it down. But it was just before Nick left them. And I remember watching one of their videos, and there was a door frame, and there was this sort of almost this gel appears like a transparent hand on a doorway. And I remember looking at that and thinking, oh guys, please don't go down this route. And of course they did. But I miss the old Twin Paranormal. Now, Paranormal Nightmare, who I also used to watch all the time, and when they collaborated with Omar, I thought, oh no, please don't. I knew that the end was nigh for me. I thought I would miss far more than I did, and I don't miss them at all. And that's partly thanks to Jeff, because Jeff did such a good expose on his experience as somebody who goes into private residence. I don't miss Paranormal Nightmare at all, but I do in some ways still miss the twins. I can't watch them now. I can't watch 30 seconds of them now. I love writing short ghost stories. One of the things, and I said this a while ago, by the way, for if I was going to do something with compiling ghost stories and poems and things like that, I'm happy to compile into a book. I need to see if I can set it up on Amazon. Other sites you can set it up on where I don't get any money. It literally will go to a charity. I'm not going to make money off other people's, if it's a compendium of what other people have done. I know on eBay, I used to do that all the time when I used to sell on eBay. They have a really good charity program, and you say, if I sell this, please put the money to this charity. I'm hoping Amazon have the same thing. Paranormal investigation and showing any paranormal activity, one of the most difficult things to put on YouTube. I think it's one of the most difficult things to put anywhere. And I think it's just going to get tougher and tougher. One of the articles I've written actually is on, because I kind of asked the question in one of my live streams this week. It's looking at, if investigating and researching technology is getting in the way. Is it getting too advanced? Are we relying on it too much? You can see right through the overacting, but that's big YouTube for all big YouTube. Yeah, it's funny because with Twin Paranormal, they never used to act like that ever. Occasionally they'd do a bloopers at the end of a video and they were a bit more, but they never acted like that. And it's funny, when I was still watching Casper Site, because he did talk to Twin Paranormal, he was later finding Simon Colby, and I remember him saying, I wonder if Twin Paranormal have looked at Simon Colby and taken that model, and I think he's right. That they clearly decided to go down that route, and it's I don't know if they've hit the million yet, but they're not far off. I've never seen the Simon Colby episode. I've only seen the odd one. Oh, yeah, Omar. Sarah says smug puppy through gritted teeth. Yeah. I need to get mine up and running first. The separate entities, really. But we'll see what happens in the future. Really haunted and smug puppy. I know. Absolutely. Yeah, they went way over the top. I enjoyed watching them. I missed them a little bit for that. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you so much for the 5 gifteds. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. It's the overacting. Yes, thank you, Susan. I really appreciate that. It would be nice. I mean, I don't know how. The thing is, I mean, my history is fanzines and independent magazines. I mean, the paranormal magazine is a more of a commercial venture. I did start the Debunked magazine about a year and a half ago, but again, illness. But you can have more than one product out there. So long as it's different. But I mean, when I came up with the Believe in Me project, I said go to everybody, support Laura in the venture with her magazines. Is you could look at mine, you could look at Laura's, you can sort of think, oh, which one would it fit better? I know Laura'd appreciate more input in contributions. The way I work is the way I've always worked with the fanzines, apart from the Guns N' Roses one when two of us started it. Is I always write it myself, and then to show what the magazine is, and then if people want to contribute, then they can come up with the suggestions and the ideas. That's fab. But sad state, people are tricked way too easily, and that leads to thinking nothing is real. Yes, nothing is real. And you see investigation teams get potential evidence, and they're suddenly they've had nothing happen for 12 months. Something happens, and they're accused of faking. Yeah, you can't win. But that's kind of, I mean, the Believe in Me project is about experiences people have had, but that would work for sort of investigators as well. It's like there's two sides to that, isn't there? Because you could have people, something could be literally debunked, technically debunked. Oh, well, it can be done this way. Doesn't mean it has been done that way. It might have been. That's the other problem I have with technology is, just because something can be fake doesn't mean it has been. At the same time, something that can look as though it's actually happened could have been faked. It's a minefield. It's almost impossible. I mean, it's never been proven, guys. Paranormal's never been conclusively proven. Colorax fictional stories. Oh, thanks for reminding me of the Crow Shark movie, Cree. Yeah, I just stopped having nightmares about that one. Yes, it was. Actually, the first one wasn't. Didn't he do two? Was the second one that was odd? The better at storytelling. That's my argument with the bloody Mindseed. They could have a cracking little for entertainment program. Well, he could. It's still just him, isn't it? But no. They were very serious and very respectful. And I miss that. I do miss that. I'd watch the shark movie again anyway. Well, yeah, maybe me as well. I never watched the Twins. Variety is smart. Exactly, Mike. And it might encourage other people. I'm all for independent publishing. I have been for over 35 years. I'm all for other people to take it on. It's whether people will actually read, I guess, but that's the difference. I mean, I really missed doing the fanzines. But when the internet took over, for at least 10 years, it wasn't worth it because I liked my hard copy fanzines, did really well on them. But everybody was, just do a website. But websites aren't tangible; they're not something you can keep. And I'm hoping we're coming full circle. Everyone should watch whatever they like. Exactly. And I probably could have gone the fake route and got tons more views and subs, but not the point of paranormal to me. It can be captured as real. Yeah, easy to get the clicks and views if you're faking it, or easier. KGH. Oh, Ghosts and Cemeteries. That was, yeah. It's Beardo's birthday click. £10 off each player. You can, and the other problem is, it's like the TV stuff and the Discovery stuff, and people that go onto that, Ghost Adventures, for example. There's still in people's heads that if it's on YouTube, it must be fake. But if it's on TV, well, it's the BBC are running this show, and it must be real. It's the BBC. Well, bollocks to that. Come on. I think it's more important to focus those who are genuinely interested and try and reach out to those people, because you never, even back in the Victorian era, people were attending seances knowing they were fake. They just wanted to be entertained. People are watching Sam and Colby and Twin Paranormal, believe it or not, because they want to be entertained. I don't want to know how that entertains somebody, but that is why a lot of people watch it. They're watching for them. That's a good quote, Cray. Nothing will ever be good enough to an unbeliever or a skeptic. Nothing, because they will always have a reason not to believe. If these people would just put their entertainers and have good techniques more for fun like Tim, it would be fun. It would. I mean, honestly, guys, Tim Mozarov is so much fun to watch. And you will get jump scared even knowing it's fake. Sarah, you're my third author friend. Woohoo! I mean, I have got Waiting in the Wings, a fantastic fictions channel. It won't be until next year. Because this channel was supposed to be, which is why it's publishing, for me to put my stories out, for me to put Dad's stories out, to put magazines out. Say, it's why the publishing's in the title. I just never got rid of the publishing in the title, because that's what people know me as. And I knew that sooner or later I'd be doing publishing on this. But, health issues. There's a difference between the twins doing their lives and Elton doing his. Twins don't use the paranormal and get their donations. They use silly things and talk to the chat. Yeah, Elton Crow in his last live did a investigation that Elton did at Garrett House, was it? And oh yeah, it was. I think that was originally live stream. They're getting people to pay them to keep going, and I self-published and somebody saw the PDF file of one. I lost that. Yeah, that's it's a risk. It's awful. I don't get how people can do that. I don't get how people can copy. But both as a writer and as an artist. Stealing somebody's creativity. No. Do you guys think the goalposts get moved when interesting things are found that can't be explained at the time? I would hope that. I'm sorry, I went quiet. Sorry, dead air, guys. I would hope that they'd do, because that needs to be looked into more. people need to not be afraid to look into those unexplained parts. I'm more of the abnormal than paranormal. That's legit. No debunking my mind. Couldn't believe it, Debbie. Someone sent me a link they'd find to it. They were literally giving my book away for... Oh, no! Ugh. I have to say, when fanzines sort of dwindled because of the internet, I did look at self-publishing. It was a lot harder, but you can self-publish on Amazon. There is a site called Redbubble, not Redbubble, Blurb, which I've used before. It's a bit pricey. It's more for sort of personal books. Although I think they're linked to Amazon now. But when I found out that Amazon, you know, that you can literally upload it to Kindle, it's called Kindle Create, I think. So it's an app. It's fairly easy. You just upload the PDF. And the beauty of it is, it's a bit like using something like Redbubble. Is you're not having to produce anything. Amazon will do it. Somebody orders it, Amazon will make it and send it. You get the commission. I think people forget that most people with paranormal channels are those that went into it for fun and don't have a scientific background. They make lots of mistakes, but I don't think. No, I think you've got people who are genuinely interested and want to prove. So, you know, the real investigation channels that we deal with. You get people who see that you can make money from it, aren't interested in the paranormal, so they go in knowing what they're going to do. But I also think you get people who sort of start off trying, but then fall down the rabbit hole of, well, I'm going to get more people subscribing if we just dude, bro, demon everything. I looked at Lulu, but I haven't looked at it for a long time. That was the one I'd actually looked at. See, the reason I started Fantastic Publishing in the first place, it wasn't to have a YouTube channel. That didn't happen until I started doing more artwork and then I did the paranormal. I did it to use it for advertising. For advertising the books that we were going to be putting out. That was the whole point of this channel. And I would say on any site, whether it's Etsy, whether it's anything creative, whether it's Etsy, whether it's Red Bull, whatever it is, you have to also be promoting it with your own social media. I'm not saying it'll get a lot, but it hopefully will get the ball rolling. How do you explain why you don't believe it was pareidolia or an animal? How do you prove that? Well, you can't half the time. I've 100% seen a shadow figure. Don't care what Kenny comes in and says. Clear as day. Lights were all on. Stand in the doorway of the flat. Inside. I've seen a full body apparition. I don't know what I saw, but I know I saw. Can I prove it? No, I didn't have a camera or anything like that. Even if I had a camera, somebody would probably say, "Oh, you faked that." But I've seen and experienced, and I've debunked a lot of stuff, or potentially debunked a lot of stuff I've experienced. But I've seen enough to know that there's more to these things. Now, they may be logically explained eventually. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. I have an open mind, but I know... Yeah, exactly! You know? I'm sorry, but at least 90% of the time, bullshit may as well have arrows pointing towards it. Why shouldn't Elton do what? I think what Chris, she might actually, let's just see if she's answered it without me speaking for her. Is it's when a channel that's already got, I can't remember what Overnight have got, but it's hundreds of thousands of subs. They are making a fortune. Come on, he's just bought the Warren's house. Yes, with Matt, but he's just bought it. And they are pushing. I can't put my PayPal chat link at the top of the chat because I feel bad, right? And they will literally sit there, and they're not the only creator. There's a lot of creators will do this. Oh well, you know, if we get another $100 in super chats, we'll do this, or you know. No. People shouldn't be paying you to do it. They're already paying you. If people want to support, that's great. But they shouldn't be paying for you to do something on a live. I deal with pirates all the time. There's things you come out of Russia, believe it or not. There's little you can do. Yeah. The Estes that Crow covered with Jerry being sexed up by an incubus succubus was done in his life. He made over $800 on that. And Elton kept saying it's evidence we have to continue. Crow's live will still be up if you didn't see that. It was just ridiculous. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, because when I said about seeing a shadow figure, that was a very haunted flat, potentially. I mean, from day one of moving in, I thought, oh, you know. I will actually blame pareidolia, by the way, just to sort of think, oh, I know, I'm just seeing things. Because I don't want to deal with the alternative. Lost faith and took both books off. Real shame. Loved writing too. No, it was the money committee. It didn't stop till the donations stopped coming in. Yeah. We're live, guys. Give us your money. Making no bones about it. I just don't know how they can do it, to be honest. Let's say I suck at saying anything like that. Oh, hang on. I don't think Carla's in chat. I've got to get my I'll have to thank her next time I see her. I don't think Carla's in chat anymore, but next time I see her, somebody remind me to thank her for the coffee donation. I don't go looking anymore. I just write because I love it. And if I'm honest, I've written since I was... I'm sorry, I'm doing that thing that annoys me when other creators do it. I'm not reading chats properly. If I'm honest, for me and my mental health, I love that I can make a living doing it. I just wish. Yeah. I've been writing stories since I was a kid, and I always wanted to be a writer, both fiction and non-fiction. The school kept telling me, oh, you need to be a journalist. I don't want to be a journalist. I want to be a writer. And then eventually, when I was in my early 20s, sort of got better at the art. I mean, you know, my job is my artwork. And it'd be nice to be able to add the writing to that as well. And being able to do both, obviously, is I really love. But you've got to enjoy doing it. Got to love doing it first. Karina Lane, would it be okay to do a book review? Oh, that'd be nice. Be awesome. I totally get that. I used to write all the time, but when that happened, I went into other things to distract me, and now I don't have the time. Yeah, I mean, literally when I was a kid, right through my teens, I was constantly writing. Fiction, poetry, everything. I suppose in my early 20s, that's when we started the fanzine. So for years I was writing. I'm out of the habit of it now. It's probably all the years of academia and just, it's like, oh, can't be bothered. So I've actually really been enjoying writing the articles for the magazines. Since I watched Debunkers, I'm more skeptic than a believer, but still believe in the paranormal beardo. So actually, I think I've probably got a little bit more skeptical, but not to being. I am still a believer. I think I've got even more. I've always been critical. I've always wanted explanations, but I think it's even more so now since watching the debunking community, the debunkers. Example with Elton, he makes mystery boxes and did that one that raised 60k for Dan Rivera. Great, but now he's doing the buy one and get one to investigate with him. I think there's a whole rabbit hole to go down here, but when the faking comes into play, the other thing is, I mean, I'm a nerd. I've been a nerd all my life, right, geek. And when I am properly on camera, you're going to see the Funko Pops behind me and my fan art and all that stuff. And it's basically what you're dealing with especially in this community as well. But with the big channels, you're talking about fans. You're talking about people who are genuinely fans. They will pay. It's the way it works. It's the way the world turns. I am waiting to see, if it hasn't happened already, which of the bloody not debunkers, fake channels end up with a Funko Pop. Probably Sam and Colby. They're probably negotiating it now. I'm surprised Zach Bagans hasn't got one. Did you see Elton rubbishing the research into the claims of the objects in the museum? You mean the stuff they bought from thrift stores and tabletop sales? I could set that up. I have, how old am I? I have over 30 years experience dealing in antiques and collectibles. I know how to go around a car boot sale and auction and charity shops. I could set that. Give me a relatively small amount of cash. I could set one of those up. I could give you all the stock for a bloody haunted, in inverted commas, museum. Piece of piss. You could go to a thrift store. I'm talking American. You could go to a thrift store, charity shop, and most of them will have a basket of bloody dolls that are filthy, that are about £1 or £2 each. You don't even have to make them all mucky. They're already knackered, which is what you want. Oh, these are haunted. Sell them on eBay. Sort of, I've read the sort of things you've done are awesome. Really? It's a sort of. Did not know. Oh, I'm so behind. I need my bubble bath. You can have your bubble bath, John Boy. You're going live. After your bubble bath. The pressure. John Boy Rubber Ducky ahoy. Sometimes it's hard to put out an invulnerability to convey it properly as well. That's awesome. I tell you what, I have I'm doing a seg now, just putting the stuff on screen. Sorry guys, I'm aware I'm probably behind. I don't know if Mariah, are you lurking? Are you going live at some point? She said one her time, didn't she? I'll check in a minute, see if she's got a notification out. I've actually been making myself watch the occasional movie, etc. I have actually started watching The Changeling again, doing it bit by bit when I'm eating. And I remember why it freaked me out so much. And I know I've got shows coming up that I want to see, so sometimes I just have to force myself to do it just to relax, chillax. Have fun getting squeaky clean, John Boy, says Pinky. Both paranormal fiction. John Boy, don't forget to clean the bath after. And the sink. If you know, you know. I've been watching them and Jimmy does so much with that. See, you can get, it's what you know. Write in what you know. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Stevie put it on her stories. Elton said people who say the item stories aren't true haven't done proper research. Well, he's got to say that, hasn't he? Charging over $2,000 a visit. I'll do a live from the bath. Don't encourage him. John Boy, that's a different platform, OnlyFans. The Changeling. Yeah. It's the movie that's frightened me the most, but I hadn't seen it for a long, long time, and I've got it on. It came up on Amazon or one of my subscriptions, and I kept thinking I'll watch The Changeling, and I kept chickening out. So I have actually started watching it, and I was hoping. Part of me was hoping that it wasn't as bad as I remembered. Bad in a good way, but no, I'm thinking no, it's going to freak me out again. But I am watching it. Love that movie. Talking about the George C. Scott one, by the way, not the Angelina Jolie one. A lot of money to be made. Oh, John Boy's thinking about it now. That time with John Boy. Get chat to pay you to use a certain bubble bath. What bubble bath should I use today? Did you look at the trailer to Mother? I'm pretty sure. I thought I did. Just let me have a look to nudge myself. Trailer. Oh no, I didn't, because I would have remembered Jennifer Lawrence being in it. I've got it on. I've got it open on a tab. I will look at that after the live. Hey, Julianne. Good to see you, sweetness. Hope you're okay. Final Destination's not that good, really. Oh, that's a shame. I'm waiting till I don't have to pay for it. But I did mention earlier in the live that Joe Vitale gave the new Conjuring 8 out of 10. So that probably means it's really good. He's not so lame. It's the Smurl story. So I love history and historical fiction. I love history. So I'm crowing the chat a little bit because I'm going to wrap up shortly. John Boy singing, I have a yellow ducky and I think I'm lucky. Hang on. I have a yellow ducky and I think I'm very lucky to have a yellow ducky and he's very lucky too. There you go. Stick those lyrics into Suno, the John Boy song. John Boy should collab with Crow. He has all sorts of moist related products you can get sponsorship from. Yep. Right, guys. My schedule for this week is I'm going to go live tomorrow. Probably just regular. I was going to do it as a members, but I want as many people in there today to give ideas. So what the live will be will be us discussing more ideas. You already come up with some amazing ones today for the yearbook. I want to know what sort of things you'd like to see in there. Do you want calendar? Do you want sort of? We were talking about awards the other day, because obviously it's a yearbook for. What year are we in? 2025 for the book debunking community. So we'll go through all that. And then probably the next one will be my Tuesday afternoon live, 2 p.m. Crow loves things moist and wet. Well, he was your first, Mike, you would know. You know, he should be coming in saying, oh, Mike, you remembered. In fact, he was in here, he'd probably do exactly that. Coming soon, John Boy's bathtub live hits like Rubber Ducky Demon. And Pyrus Ghost Soap Bubbles. More for $9.99. Oh, Rubber Ducky Demon, I like that. It's a shame Phil's not here. Oh, that's funny. Right, guys, thank you so much. Really enjoyed this live today. I also enjoy my lives, but I really enjoyed this one. Some great chat. So, thank you for the super sticker, Pinky. Icy Ghost Cats for the 10 gifteds. Caroline for 11 months. Anne for the 5 super chat. Sandra for 3 months. Sandra for the 5 gifted. Shadow Mice for 1 gifted. Susan for new member and for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Oh, hang on. Also, John Boy for the coffee and Carla horror for the coffee as well. Yes, Debbie, have a fantastic week. Debbie's on the holes. We'll miss you, sweetie, but you have a great time. Yeah, I've enjoyed this. This has been a fun live today. Torturing can still go. Prison Ghost Blues is from his Gone Wrong After Dark sessions. Oh, right, guys. Keep an eye out for Mariah going live, by the way. She may be going live later. So that's the occult live. So I'll see you soon. See you tomorrow. Toodles.
Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on.